All that sounds great and very encouraging. And who would have thought, looking back 18, 20 months ago, was certainly pleased that we have that now. Not to be a naysayer or a pessimist, but I have to ask the question. Good numbers, looks like good performance, but is there a danger of the horizon? Right now, I think everybody, the concern, the news of the day is about inflation, the supply chain issues. So are you seeing anything in the numbers? I know they were strong, but is there any indication, maybe a leading edge, that we're starting to see an impact of either inflation or the supply chain on retail purchasing, or the more important, the business to business transactions that account for such a large percentage of sales tax?
Thanks, Chad. And I'm glad you mentioned sort of a note of caution, because certainly the revenue growth has been really good. It's been strong. The most recent collection numbers continue to be strong, but we definitely need to be cautious as we sort of move forward, because there's a lot of uncertainty. I mean, these are clearly unprecedented times. And you've pointed to two of the things that folks are concerned about and are talking a lot about, which sort of highlight that uncertainty. Inflation. What type of inflation is it? Is it transitory inflation? Is it going to be something that's more long term? We don't know. And the supply chain issues that obviously are significant, and hopefully something will be passed pretty soon, but it increases that uncertainty as well. But to answer your question, are we seeing the impacts of those specific factors in collections? And you know this, but I always feel sort of the need to say it. I mean, there's some looking back, obviously in corporate taxes and in the gross receipts tax, you're looking back, their annual returns, so you're looking significantly back. But even with sales tax, you're looking back a couple months. You have, for example, September sales activity that the returns come to us in October, and we are reporting them to the public through Finance Administration in November. So there's some looking back. And there's also sort of in sales tax in particular, again, as you know, with this dynamic between the quantity and the price. So what we get is just what's the gross sales amount? What was the business's sales for that period? And you can have an increase in price and a decrease in sales, and it sort of depends on which outweighs the other. With those sort of caveats, again, the short answer is no. We're not. We're seeing robust collections. We're not really seeing anything that we would identify as a specific impact from those factors, at least not yet.